Hello, welcome to clue 3 of the Stephen West MCAL. So we were left last time with this long wavy squiggles and all this bunching at the end, which I did say that I didn't like or anything, and I don't like all of this shape. That's where we were left. He does say at the end of clue 2 to put it on a holder. Well, it says scrap yarn or a spare needle, and I haven't yet because I just wanted to wait and see what was going on. I don't like to just take everything off the needle when I don't know what's happening. I haven't looked. It's Friday today. I did not get time yesterday to even look at it really, even look at the pattern. I have printed out the pattern, and I'm about to start clue 3 now. Because I'm a day late, instantly in my Discord there was a couple of people who said that they'd skipped ahead and they didn't expect what they saw. They were really shocked about it. There's been a lot of people going, oh my god, like there's been a lot of people thinking that it's a bit mental, that it's crazy, but I haven't. The way that people have gone on, I really want to skip ahead in his video and look, but I'm not, because I really enjoy the mystery, and I said at the beginning that I wouldn't be checking his videos unless I had to check his videos. So I'm not looking. I'm not going to skip ahead unless I really need to check his video for something if I get stuck. I did have a little flick through the pattern last night and noticed that it says triangle a lot. Triangle 3, triangle 4, triangle 5. There's a lot of triangle. When I did Go Dynamo last year, the only bit I didn't like was the bloomin' triangles. I just got a bit sick, and mine were fudged to hell because I kept miscounting them. So I'm not looking forward to lots of triangles, but we'll see. And I kind of gleaned, whether I'm correct or not, but from skimming it, it sounded like we're going to pick up along this horrible side and go here. What shape this shawl is going to be is beyond me. I have no idea. Anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm going to sit and have a go now and get cracking. I'm very excited, but I'm also very apprehensive. I do have all my ends still to weave in, which I am going to do. I think they're only on one side. Yeah, they are. So I'm going to quickly do them before I get started. I have heard that one of the girls in Discord, Angie, had popped in and said that for those of us not watching the video, because she knows that I don't, that he does mention numerous times to weave in your ends as you go, which if he's saying that, there's going to be a load of ends. So I'm going to get these ones weaved, woven in, and then I'll face whatever comes. He loves ends. Why does this man love ends so much? Like, I don't get it. Anyway, I'm going. Let's see how this goes. I've watched just a bit of his video. So it says in the pattern that you start here, using C, pick up and knit. It doesn't say which direction you go in. So when I was counting it, I was going in this direction, and it says you get to the cast on edge, and then I was confused, thinking he meant this edge because this is also a cast on edge because of scallop 2 or whatever it is. But it's this edge that it means. So you pick up here, but you go this way. So now I'm a bit more clear. I didn't watch too much more of it now that I know that this is the way I need to go. We have to pick up with C, which is my orange, rusty orange, and then see where we go. And obviously he did give the spoiler going like that, so I take it we're coming out this way. It's all on a holder now, so I'm going to pick up these stitches now and see where we go. Wish me luck. I think I might need it. I think there's going to be a lot of knitting this week, and that is a little bit worrying. I'm out tonight for a family meal, just for my son's birthday again. It's the family doing things with him this weekend, whereas last weekend was with his friends. So we've got that, but I don't think there's much else on the weekend. I am supposed to be painting at my son's bedroom, but that might not happen because I might be knitting instead. We will see. Right, I'm going to crack on and see where I go. Picked up a woven in end there. Oh no, I picked up a woven in end. I'm not going to get much joy from that, am I? 1, 2. Okay, modular 1 strip is done. It says to break colour C and to place the 4 stitches on a waste yarn or onto a split ring marker. So I'll do as I'm told, cut colour C, and then I've got a little bulb stitch marker. I'm not faffing around with loads of waste yarn, so I'll just put these onto here. I feel like this week's going to be an absolute faff. An absolute faff. That's just weird, isn't it? I know loads of you are thinking, why on earth does she do the MCAL? I do find it fun, but it also just annoys me as well. It is what it is. I do find it fun. Where's my needle gone? Have I chucked it out there? I was going to weave in them ends. So I'm on modular strip 2. So we must be doing like like spikies. Oh, it's going to be very faffy. I've got a cat's whisker in my knitting. Right, so I need colour D now. I am going to actually have a little mini break. I know I've already just started, but I do need to go and do something. And then I will be back to crack on. This is a very weird one. Hello. So I've been out and done a couple of jobs and I'm back. And I've got this far, not very far, but I've got this far. My little face is just la 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 la, singing songs. Right, I am this far, but I'm already kind of sick of this. So I've been and dug out some 3.5mm DPNs and I'm going to use them instead because I can't be dealing with this level of, because everything is like on 12 stitches, 13 stitches. I can't see it getting much bigger than that at where I'm at. Whether it does, if it does, then I will get the cable back. I'll just put this in the bag out the way, but there's just no need for this length of cable for 12 stitches. So I'm going to go on to DPNs and just work across and just use them like as straight needles type thing. I'm going to crack on. I'm heading into triangle 2. It looks like all triangles are colour C, so my orange, and then they're going to be alternated with these rectangle bits. That's what it seems to be. Don't hold me to that, I don't actually know, but so far that's what it seems to be like. So yeah, I'm going to keep going, but I am going out tonight, so I haven't got a lot of time. I've got about, what time are we on? It's 4:30 p.m. So I've got about an hour. Yeah, about an hour. And then I'm going to have to get ready and sorted and get the kids sorted and everything. So about an hour. So I'm going to see how far I can get in an hour and I'll check back in. Hello. Right, I have no idea when I last checked in. I think it was when I started using the DPNs, possibly then. I've just been ploughing on. This is how far I am. So I am on 6, is it 6? Yeah, modular stripe 7, this is. I haven't come on because there's just not really a lot to say. So you are kind of like just knitting these squares and attaching them as you go up the side, and then you do another triangle, which is the orangey bits on mine, and then you go again. And each one is one extra rectangle longer than the last. I'm kind of fed up of it right now. I want to knit something else. Things keep popping in my head. You could be knitting that, you could be knitting that. Because I just don't want to knit this. But I am, because it's quite extensive. Although it's very simple and I know the pattern and I know what I'm doing now. It takes time. It just takes a while. I'm bored because it's just repetitive. It's over and over again. And what is annoying me, I've seen someone's laid out, I haven't seen the next section of clue 3. I'm trying very hard not to see that. But I have seen someone who's nearly finished this. I think she was on number 7, which is what I'm on. So I've got 2 to go, because it takes you to the end of here. And then you do something else along this section, as far as I'm aware. I don't know. What's annoying me is this is lovely. I like how it looks. It's not great to knit. I'm bored, but it is lovely. And if I didn't have to knit it to keep up with the MCAL, and I was like kind of knitting it as an actual project that I'd chosen, because I could put it down and pick it up again, I'd probably enjoy it. It's just because it's like, I don't want to knit on it right now. I want to knit something else, but I can't because I won't get this done. What I don't like is that it just doesn't fit with clue 1 at all. It's like this disjointed, like 2 patterns. I don't like that at all, that goes next to that. I just don't find that aesthetically pleasing in the slightest. It just looks like two different patterns that have been sewn together, and I'm really not a fan. I'm not going to stop. I will keep going and I will finish this, but I'm not liking how it looks. I like section 1. I like section 2 to an extent, but we all know that I don't like this puckering. I like section 3 on its own, but together these look lovely and they look like one shawl. This looks like a totally different shawl. And I'm just a bit like, where are we going with this? Like, you're not going to fix, that's not fixing that is next to that, and I don't think that works. I just don't think that looks good. But it is what it is. I'm here, I'm doing it. You know that I'll be honest about these things. I'm not going to say that I think it's marvellous when I don't. I'm not. I'll tell you the truth. And my truth is, I don't like it. But I will crack on and get it done. I'm going to crack on now. What did I say? It is Sunday. So I've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I do have 3 days, but I've still got 2. I've just started modular strip 7. There's modular strip 8 and 9. And then we go to this other thing, slip stitches and stuff. And that is 52 rows. And I can't see a stitch count. I'm just wondering how long the rows are. I can't see a stitch count. Unless it's right at the beginning, it doesn't change. 247 at the end there. 247 stitches. And it's 52 rows. So I need to get a move on. I knew clue 3 was going to be big because clue 2 wasn't. And I did finish it a day early. And I probably could have finished it a lot earlier than that. It was purely because I was busy and had other things to do. So I knew clue 3 was going to be big, and I have spent most of yesterday and most of today just knitting on this. I am absolutely fed up of it and I don't want to knit it anymore. But I know that if I put it down and pick something else up, I will not get clue 3 finished in time, and I'll fall behind, and I don't want that. So I'm going to plough through and keep going. It is about 7:30 at night now. That's my dog wandering around, I'm sorry. It's about 7:30 at night now. So I've got another like 3 hours before I have to go to bed, but half of one of them is getting my son to bed. So I've got about 2 to 2.5 hours of knitting time left. I've just started modular strip 7, so I will check in before I go to bed and let you know what strip I get to in 2.5 hours. Yeah. I'm not enjoying it at the moment, and I'm not liking those 2 patterns together, which makes me really sad because I was liking it apart from that puckering. I didn't like the puckering, and I was sticking with it because it was like, it will get resolved, and I was like, okay, if it's going to get resolved, okay. But then we've got a pattern that's a lovely pattern, but you've stuck it next to another lovely pattern that doesn't match. They don't go together. And maybe it's my colours or something. I don't know. I've tried to avoid seeing other people's, but so far it looks like 2 shells sandwiched together to me. Anyway, I will keep going. See you in a bit. Hello. So, today is Monday. Oh, it's Monday. And I have been doing a lot of admin kind of work today, and I've done no knitting yet. And it is 20 to 8 in the evening. This is how far I got yesterday. So I'm on modular stripe 8. So I'm just going to get cracking with it and try and get to this next bit. I've got 2 more stripes to go. This one and 1 more, I think. Yeah. And then the next bit, and I've got like 2 days to do it. So I'm going to get cracking. I'll report back. Right, I'm freehanding just to show you this because I've laid it out on the floor. A cat immediately sat on it when I did. Maybe that is where it'll become a cat blanket. Oh, guys, can we not? They're fighting on it. So I finished the first section of... God, that's really close to my face. And I'm drying a blanket on my door. Whatever. I'm finished the first section of clue 3. I'll show you. Okay, here is my clue 3 so far. I hate it. I'm not going to lie to you. You know I'm not going to lie to you. I hate it. I just think it looks like 2 things stuck together. I don't understand. I think you can try and be as wacky as you like, but this is just silly. like I said before, I like this on its own, this argyle-y type thing. It's not argyle, but you know what I mean, because argyle would have another stripe in it, but it's kind of, this is lovely. These are not my favourite thing I've ever done, but they're okay. This is lovely. All together, like what is going on? Exactly, Fionn, exactly. I'm just so disappointed in how much that does not match. Can I just 2 minutes, Petal? It just doesn't, they just don't go, and I don't understand the concept at all. I think it's just trying to be wacky for the sake of it. I don't like it. I will finish. I will do this. I have no idea what this next section looks like at all. And apparently we're going to use these stitches here that are on, mine are on a bright pink scrap yarn, which doesn't sound like this bit's getting resolved at this point. I don't know. So I'm going to do this section now. It's 50 odd rows, which is going to take some time on that amount of stitches. And then, yeah, no claws, Petal. And then, no. So yeah, that's what I'm feeling about Clue 3 so far. I'm really disappointed in how badly they look together. I love my colours. I don't think it's down to colour choice. I haven't seen his. I hate his colour choices anyway. They're not for me in the slightest. Right. It's always a risk with the MCAL that you're going to hate it. It's a mystery at the end of the day, and there is always that level of risk. And I have done MCALs in the past and not liked them. I've given one away. My twist and turns, I mean, I hated knitting my twist and turns so much. And when it was finished, I was like, it's okay, and I gave it away. My Geogradient, I've never wore it. It's just there. My shawlography, I never blocked it. I don't mind my shawlography. I've just never blocked it, and I really need to get that done, to be fair. I'm terrible at blocking things. My Go Dynamo, I love. Like, it's one of my most favourite shawls. I love it. So this isn't like a, oh my God, you can't, well, no, I was going to say you can't write a shawl. Obviously you can. The guy can write patterns. I just think sometimes with the MCAL, he just feels like he's got to go mentally wacky, and there's just no need. The early ones weren't like this, and it's just getting sillier. And that to me looks like two shells stuck together. I'm not a fan. However, I am here and I will finish it. This is why I do it, because it is a risky take, and if my yarn wasn't chopped into tiny little pieces over and over again, I might have thought about pulling it out. But unfortunately it is chopped into millions of tiny pieces, and so I'm just going to finish. And then if it becomes a cat blanket, it becomes a cat blanket. Hopefully not. Hopefully I like it when it's on. Maybe it looks cool when it's on. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yes, that is my thoughts so far. There's a few people in my Discord saying, I can't wait to see what Kelly says about this. So you all know that I'm going to be like, what on earth is this monstrosity? And I am. Anyway, onwards and stiff upper lip, old chap. Let's get this second section of Clue 3 done. It's Tuesday, so I have 2 days to get 52 rows knitted. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Deep breaths, deep breaths. Hello. Okay. It is now 8:30 on Tuesday night, and I'm just picking up this section here. and this has just resolved the short rows that were left on a holder. But then I've just read the next part, and apparently we're going all the way along here as well. I am never going to have this done. It's literally 8:30 now. I'm going to go to bed in 2 hours. And then I'm out most of tomorrow morning. I've got tomorrow afternoon, which is Wednesday afternoon. And then the Clue 4 comes out. Like, why couldn't we have had some of this during Clue 2? Why was Clue 2 so short? And then Clue 3 is just like the most extensive. Like, maybe it's easier once you get started, I don't know, but it just seems a ridiculous amount of knitting when Clue 2 was like quite a small amount of knitting in the grand scale of things. I don't know. I'm not in a very good mood. So I'm going to pick up along these edges, and I don't really understand. It says there should be 229 stitches from section 2. Right. And then continue doing this, blah, 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 blah. And then it says 190 stitches. Oh, these are the stitches after the stitch marker. I don't really understand. I'm gonna try and knit it and see what happens. But let's just say I'm not full of the joys of spring. It is definitely winter blowing through my house right now. Oh. Everything is on my needles now, and then he's got you to work here, along here. And then I've just read a section and my mouth was like that. Because I've been looking at this and going, it's 52 rows, and thinking that's what I had left was 52 rows. But he says that rows 4 to 51 are worked once with the first colour, then you repeat 4 to 51 with the second once more while following the first colour letter inside the brackets. Then you repeat. So you have to do rows 4 to 51 with colour A, then you do it again with colour B. And then you do so much of it with colour D. So basically my 52 rows has turned into like 126, 25 or something. But I think it's like short rows. I can't. I've not really read it, and I can't. I just need to get on, but I just wanted you to know where my head is at, because those of you who've done it and have watched me going, it's 52 rows over and over again, will be knowing that I haven't got 52 rows. But you'll also know exactly how much I've got ahead of me, and I have no idea. So I'm a little bit like, oh, but I just have to knit it and see, I suppose. He does say to keep colour C attached and carry it up the side. Apparently this is where colour C, it's like the main player. Oh, I don't know. I'm so confused. I feel like I'm going to have to look at the video, and I just don't want to. I just do not want to. I'm going to see if I can figure it out, and if I can't, then I will have to put the video on, but I don't want to. I'm being a brat. I thought I'd leave the camera on while I try and figure it out, so you can all have a giggle at the mistakes that I make. So he starts with A, which is my pinky. So he says start with A. So using A, and we're on the wrong side, so we're here. They are ends, but they're woven in ends with the Weaving Stephen method. I'll probably take them all back a bit just to make sure they're actually in. I don't know if I really trust that method. I don't know. I'll see how I feel. I'll probably just snip them all off and not care. I'm full on brat mode now. Just, you'll have to bear with. Right. Right, so last night, this is how far I got. So I must be doing these Is it the painted bricks or something that he does? It's only along this one side where the diamonds are. And I think it's like short row because I'm moving in here. It's very bizarre. I'm moving in here by a couple of stitches each time. I don't remember how many, but so not as horrific as I first thought, thinking I was going right across, but still pretty bad. I've still got a lot to do. It is Wednesday. Yes, it is Wednesday, and it is 2:30. I'm going to attempt to get this finished tonight. Whether that happens or not is a totally different matter. I did just snip all my ends that have got weave and Stephen on them because, frankly, I can't be bothered to weave them in. These don't have weave and Stephen, so they will be woven in. But, yeah, I'm still being a brat. Right. I'll check in after. Okay, sorry if you can hear any background noise. Right, so it is now 10 to 7 at night. And this is how far I've got. So it's going to be easier than I expected because you're losing a couple of stitches every other row. With the short row that goes on. So I'm currently here in the short row and I'm working on this amount. So this is one repeat. This is the 52 rows. I've got to do this again now, but obviously, like I say, it's getting shorter. So I do think that I will be able to finish this tonight because I've got this repeat again and then half of the repeat to finish it. What I don't like is that every time you attach a yarn, it's on the wrong side, so you're getting all of these in the right side that's supposed to be my I-cord edge, and it's an absolute mess. So this is my usual I-cord edge on the right side, and then when we go up here, this is what it looks like. It's just a mess. I don't understand why we're attaching the yarn on the wrong side. I don't know. I'm going to have to sew all these in and try and make that look tidy. Like on the wrong side, my I-cord looks okay. It's literally because you're joining the yarn on that side and I don't understand. Anyway, this is how far I am. This is what it looks like so far. I love this. This on its own is amazing. It just doesn't match this side. It's crazy. I don't understand, but I will continue. And obviously, like, this is my opinion. I'm not complaining or anything. I'm just saying that's my opinion. I don't like it. So I've got this to do again, but it does get smaller each time. So obviously, this is where my marker is. Where have you gone? There. And this whole thing started here. So it's a fair amount that you lose on each row. So hopefully I will get it done tonight because it's just going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. So that's perfect. Much less stressful than I thought it was going to be. So fingers crossed I can get it done. And I will report back. It's nearly 7 p.m. now. I'm going to have some dinner. And then I'm going to crack on and just try and plough through. I do have to get my son to bed, but other than that, I'm just going to plough through and see how far I can get. And then if I have to finish off a few bits in the morning before Clue 4 comes out, that's fine. Right, I'll check back in a bit.
my rush to try and get it done, I've done a colour wrong. So like he repeats the pattern, and then I'll just show you like what I mean. The first pattern repeat, you do like the first letter, and then the second pattern repeat, you do the second letter. Third pattern repeat, third letter, but I didn't realise, and I did the first letter. So instead of A, which should have been here, I've done D again, which was already there. If you see that, it goes A, D, B, A, D, B, A, D, B, D. So I'm going to have to pull this out. Oh, I'm so happy. Can't wait to do that. It's going to have to be tinked as well. I can't just rip that because it's all short rows and stuff, and it would just be so complicated, and I'd probably lose 1,000 stitches. So I'm going to tink it back and put A in there instead. It is 20 to 9. I can't see me getting this done tonight. I'll be knitting this in the morning, even though it's only on this much now. It's just a lot. So I'm gonna tink that back, put the A in there. My son is going to bed now, and then I'll be going to bed about an hour later. I go to bed around about 10:30, so I haven't got long. So yeah, joy to the world, do 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 do. I know it's a Christmas song. I don't care. Hello. So it's now Thursday, which is clue 4 day, but I haven't finished clue 3. So this is how far I got. If you remember last night, I had knitted this colour wrong. I'd put in the taupe colour instead of my A colour. So I did unpick all of that. I had to just tink it back, and then add in the correct colour, do the orange rose, add in the next colour and do the orange rose. That's where I got to. So I'm currently on row 22 of 51 on that repeat. And then I've got rows 4 to 21 to do again, which is what, like 16 rows or something. 17 rows, whatever. But they are getting smaller because my marker is here and it moves every other row. It's currently 9 AM on the Thursday morning. As far as I'm aware, clue 4 isn't even out yet. So I am going to try and just see if I can bash this out over a couple of hours. If I can get it done by about 11 o'clock, excellent. And then I can edit this video and get it up and photograph this. I hate it so much. If I can't get it done by about 11 o'clock, then I'm going to just call it a day and end this video and say that I failed clue 3. But we'll see. It is getting smaller. There's not as many stitches to work on. I literally have these many stitches currently, this to this. So, yeah, I'm going to stop and crack on. Stop talking to you, I mean. Crack on with this. See how far I get for 11 o'clock. Hello. So I did manage to finish by 11. I have weaved in my ends. That took a little bit longer. I had weaved in so many ends though. I fixed my I-cord at the front, tidied it up a bit because I really didn't like that. And it is on an extended cable at the minute because I couldn't lay it out completely on my on the needle that it was on. So I've had to like put a cable extension in there so that you can see it laid out. I'm dreading clue 4. I think it's going to be absolutely massive because this is small. However, I'm definitely running low on yarn. Like, not running low exactly, but there just seems to be a lot less than I would normally have. I don't know. It could just be the yarn. So I'll show you where I'm at with it. So here we go. So obviously this is the first part, and then we go over to here. This is my second half. I love the texture of these, and I'm not going to lie, I actually really love this half. Sorry, I'm trying to get it in. There, I love this half on it without that. I wish that I could do like a shawl that was like that as a triangle, and then that all the way around the edge in a triangle. I think that would look so good. It just doesn't match this. And I did love this to an extent, but you know that I hate this. I don't know how he's planning on resolving that. I know everything is on the needles now. I haven't counted my end stitches. I don't know if I've got enough. I hate this, which that's going to have to be seriously blocked unless we're doing an edge along there. I just think it's quite small for a Stephen West shawl right now, and I feel like Clue 4 is going to be absolutely epic, and I've only just got Clue 3 done, and I've got to get your video edited and out, so I haven't looked at Clue 4. Again, I'm not going to look at Clue 4. I currently really don't like it. Like to me, it's just a monstrosity. Like I said, I don't know how many times now, I like each side. I don't like them together. I just don't understand the concept at all. I'm gutted because this is my favourite side. I really love all this. And my partner's just said the same. My husband, newlyweds, he's just said the same. He really likes this side too. Mackenzie in my Discord was saying that it's very 70s and she likes it, and I am actually using quite 70s colours, at least late 70s. I remember everything in my mum's house was brown and orange when I was a kid. So yeah, I'm just gutted that I just wish it was all this and this was something different. And so I'm going to finish this video now, wrap it up for today. I have finished Clue 3, so I'm allowed to do that. Get it edited and try and get it up for you tonight if I can. If not, it'll be Friday. And then get on with Clue 4. I'm really not looking forward to it. I think it's going to be huge, Clue 4. I think it's going to be awful. I don't know. I don't know, maybe I'll love it, but I'm really not optimistic now. I almost didn't finish Clue 3 there. Not out of didn't want to, just out of sheer this is taking me forever. And it did end up, the little brick bits did end up being less knitting than I thought they were going to be. There were more than I thought they were going to be once I realised that you do the 52 rows twice and then half again. That was like, oh my God, I'm never going to have this finished. And then when I realised that the stitch marker was moving and we were doing less stitches each time, even though you were increasing, but it's short rows, then I realised, okay, it's not as bad as I thought, but still a lot of knitting and there was a lot of ends. And yeah, he's basically, this is, I don't hate Stephen West before anyone thinks I do. I don't. I think he's very clever. I do think he gets away with things that other designers wouldn't get away with though, like that puckering in the corner and just some things that he does. I do think that other designers just wouldn't get away with that, especially small designers like me. We just wouldn't get away with that. Like if I'd made a shawl and it all puckered, people would be like, well, I'm not knitting that. And it is frustrating. And that does frustrate me, I'm not going to lie. And so, but I don't hate him. I know sometimes it might sound like I do. I don't. I just get frustrated that he gets away with a lot of things. Why was I saying that? But my thing with this shawl is, it's a very, very Marmite shawl, I think. I think some people are going to love it and some people are going to hate it. Once the pattern's out, then people can choose to knit this if they want to or not. you've always been able to choose to knit it. I don't mean it like that, but what I mean is you can see it in its entirety and then go, oh yeah, I'm going to knit that, or oh no, I'm not going to knit that. You can choose because you've seen it. With it being part of the MCAL, you sign up for the MCAL and you get what you get. And we all know that. You're going to either love it or you're going to hate it. We all know that. I've done ones that I've hated. Twist and turn shawl, I'm looking at you. But the thing with this one is he's done it in a way from the very get-go you are cutting yarn and moving your yarn around. And so when you do get to clue 3 and it's such a like, whoa, what is that? You can't pull it out. Your yarn is in so many pieces that to pull it out would be very difficult because it goes all over the place. And also you would have tiny little scraps of yarn. Your yarn would be so knotted. Like you're literally, this MCAL, once you're in it, you either figure something else out or you're in it because you can't reuse this yarn. And I think that's a little bit like, that's not, especially when it's something so contrasting, like it's so Marmite. For anyone who isn't in the UK or doesn't know what I mean by things being Marmite, because I don't know if that's just a UK thing. Marmite is basically a paste, a very dark paste that's made out of yeast, I think. And it's got a very, very strong flavour and some people love it. My mum loves it. She has it on toast. Other people hate it. I think it's absolutely disgusting. I wouldn't go anywhere near it. So it is a very much you love it or you hate it. And so it's just a saying here that it's very Marmite. And this shawl is Marmite. This is my Marmite shawl. And I like it just as much as I like Marmite. Right, I'm going to call this a day because I think this is going to be long and pretty much me just going the entire time. And I'm so sorry. But I always swear when I'm going to do an MCAL that you will get honesty out of me. I'm not going to tell you that I think it's great when I don't. I'm not going to do that. It's horrible. But I will keep going. I have seen one. I haven't looked at anyone's, but one popped up in a video I was watching last night. It was like pinks and creams and it was actually quite nice. And I was like, oh, so maybe it's my colours that's more... I don't know. I need to look at a few more and see. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm not a quitter. I will keep going. So I will catch you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. If you got this far, I really appreciate it. And yeah, give me a thumbs up and keep me going. I need some encouragement. And I'll see you at the end of clue 2. I mean 4. Clue 4. Where did I get clue 2 from? I don't even know. Anyway, bye.